So the first two dolls I'm working on I've had for a very long time. I got them at the flea market, and this California Barbie had broken earrings that I must have forgotten to pull out and make handmade ones for. And then my Sew and Style Chandra here, who is actually my first Sew and Style doll, her earring was just always like bent out of shape, and I couldn't get it to go back into the right position, so I thought, why not make her earrings? So I just used some pliers to pull them out as best I could and then push what was left inside. These really large chain links I got from Michael's kids section online. I thought they would be really cool and groovy for Barbie dolls because they're so large and chunky. I was really thinking of like rockers, but I didn't have any rockers dolls that needed them, and it just so happened that Chandra is wearing a fashion pack from the early 2010s, I think, that matched the neon colors. I wasn't sure originally how to connect them. I was like, well, if you try pliers, they might snap the plastic, but it doesn't seem like they'll just push together. I tried it with pliers the first time, and it did break one of the links, but luckily they come in these like huge bags. So all you do is you like line up where the little slots are and you push them together. And then I used a jump ring to be able to attach it to the ear post, which I've been making by like folding over. I saw someone else do this, and I thought it was really clever, and usually it holds the earrings in place a little bit better than the zigzags, although that can kind of depend on how stretched out their ear holes were. But Chandra's weren't very bad because I had just pulled out her factory earrings, and I thought these looked really cool.
Chandra, I had bought these chain links from Michael's. I've been wanting to try them out, and I thought that they would look really sassy with her outfit. I could have gone like a fruit theme to go with this little orange on the fashion pack dress she's wearing, but I didn't have enough charms anyways, and I really wanted to see how these links would work out. I think they look super awesome on her. Very like hip to be square Barbie.
And this next pair of earrings is also for a doll I've had a long time. Not quite as long as Chandra. I got Chandra in 2014. This Cali Girl Barbie that I'm making earrings for, I got in 2019 from a little group we call the Barbie Bunch. It's actually the first transformation video where I showed like before and afters of each doll. Anyways, so she has her outfit and everything, but her original earrings were broken, and I must have somehow missed it, probably because most of the dolls from that lot weren't from that era where earrings were very popular, so because her ear holes weren't empty, I didn't notice. So I tried my best to imitate her factory necklace because it actually had beads that looked sort of similar.
We have my Cali Girl Barbie. I've had her a long time, and I don't know if I forgot to make her earrings because what was left was just broken stumps, so I'm guessing I just forgot that she needed earrings and didn't remove what was left, but as you can see, I matched it to her necklace. I do have seed beads that I could have used instead, but the problem was I didn't have any opaque yellow ones. I only had translucent yellow ones, and I didn't think they'd match as well, so I just sized up and used these beads from one of those like kids art sets. I think that they look pretty cool, and they match the necklace.
And here I'm making a hair accessory, actually for one of my sister's dolls. When I was filming this clip, she had recently gotten a Magic Attic Megan off of Mercari, and with Megan had been the Star on Ice outfit, something like that. It's an ice skating outfit, and it was missing the tiara, and of course I thought I would make something for Megan to spiff up the outfit a little bit. It's very purple. Unfortunately, I didn't have enough of these purple fabric flowers. I only had 3 left, which is why her headband's a little sparser than normal, and I tied it instead of putting snaps.
And this is a headband I made to go with Megan's skating outfit. She's a Magic Attic Club doll of my sister's, and
She's supposed to have like a tiara that comes with this, but we didn't get it. So I just sewed these fabric flowers. I use these all the time. I get them at Walmart. I actually used the last 3 I had. Otherwise, I probably would have put more on, but that's okay. And this is just a scrap ribbon. And I didn't put any snaps or anything. I left the ends so you could tie them. I did melt them so they wouldn't fray. But I think it works. It's nice and simple. And this is a hair accessory I made to go with one of Megan's outfits. This is actually for the character Allison. It's her starter outfit from 2001. And I was really inspired by the yellow, so I took this flower that was from a hula necklace Colleen brought home years ago. I took it apart and used the flowers for hair accessories, and I did melt the edges because this one was fraying a bit. And then this was left over. It's like a little iron-on patch I bought when I made Lainey a bunch of things 4 years ago. And a little clip. The metal clip is from Walmart. It's actually from like the hair section. It's a little bit smaller than the ones that I use usually that are from left over from beauty school. And part of why I chose that butterfly is because there's one on her dress, like an iron-on patch. I didn't have one that matched, unfortunately, but I think it does the job. I apologize for the fact that I'm doing some things out of frame. I'm still getting used to my little like desktop size tripod, and I should have put it on top of like a box or something. These earrings were kind of tricky to make. They were for the Just Add Sprinkles outfit I got on sale through American Girl. And basically I wanted to use these Popsicle polymer clay charms, but the way the holes were put through them, they would run through the sides, so if I just slid them through head pins, they'd be turned on their sides because they're for bracelet making. So luckily I had some very large jump rings that I could slide through them and then dangle them off a chain. It was just kind of tricky finagling them into the holes and then getting them into the right spot on the chain, but in the beginning clip I was measuring out the chain length to make sure it was the same as the test pair of earrings I made. I, generally speaking, will make a test pair, but you can see here, the pair that I finished, you can see the 2 large jump rings, and I'm making sure everything lines up, and I believe I had to make an adjustment because I also added a little heart charm, and that was in slightly the wrong place. I wasn't sure how these were going to end up looking together on my doll, but I think they turned out really cute, and it was a good way to use these charms that were for bracelet making for earrings. We have the Amazing McKenna in the Just Add Sprinkles outfit. I really was inspired by like the ice cream cups on her skirt and the shirt. I didn't have any like actual, ice cream cartons, but I did have these popsicle charms, and I also added in like a little teal heart. And I think that they capture like the ice cream really well. I had considered making ice cream cones, but I did that for one of my other ice cream themed outfits, so I think this looks amazing and it pops with her skin. This pair of earrings is made to go with historical character Nikki's sleep shirt. She has stars on several of her clothing items, and actually these polymer clay stars that I'm using here, I had some from the same set that I utilized to go with her meet outfit, so I didn't want to use them in the same way, even though they are a different color. So I decided to dangle 3 strands of long cylindrical beads from them to sort of make it look like a shooting star. I've actually done this before on some of my like rockers Barbies I know, and I think one of my American Girl outfits, and it's really cute. I do, instead of just putting the 3 little dangling bits on the bottom of the star through the loop of the eye pin, what I will do instead is I'll add a very tiny jump ring just so that it has a little bit more movement, because sometimes if you don't add like that extra jump ring, the charms that dangle won't have enough space and to like move freely and look right. And I did want them to be able to fan out, especially for like pictures and stuff. And this pair came out really cute. We have the earrings I made to go with Nikki's sleep shirt. I already used the polymer clay stars from this same set for her meet outfit when I got her. But these are a different color. I thought the yellow would pick up on the yellow of the star. And then I kind of used a similar like shooting star motif for one of McKenna's outfits. But I thought that the like black seed beads paired together would look kind of complement the black stripes and the black checkers. And then there are a few light purple beads to complement this. I think it looks super cute. I kept this pair for Nikki's skateboarding outfit very simple. I didn't want anything like too dangly, so I stacked all of the beads I chose that complemented the colors of her outfit onto a single head pin. You know, sometimes my designs are very simple like this, and it's just the way that I layer the beads that makes them interesting as opposed to the actual like construction behind it, because this is a sporty outfit. These are the earrings I made to go with Nikki's skateboarding outfit. I wanted to keep them like tamer than my usual designs because this is like a kind of sporty outfit, although you wouldn't really wear dangly earrings for skateboarding. But I was inspired by the colors of her vest. I didn't have beads in all of the colors, but these little polymer clay flat beads for bracelet making. I had a smaller size in like the mustardy color, and a slightly bigger size in this light blue. And then I had some pink seed beads to help hold those on because if not, the clay beads would slide over the head pins. And then I thought the pink hearts were really cute, and they matched the color of like the shirt and the shoes. These earrings were made to go with the Truly Me World Traveler Ireland outfit. I didn't have a lot of choices of beads in these colors. I happen to have these pom-poms that I got from Amazon Vine, which I chose specifically because of their like deeper tones, because they don't have a, like I said, a large selection of beads. And so I thought they would work. I know they're a little outrageous, but that's what's fun about like making things for your dolls. You can express yourself however you want as long as you like what you've made. It doesn't really matter if they're other people's taste. I just have more fun making some outrageous things, and I was going to use any excuse to put these pom-poms on earrings for my dolls. These are the earrings I made to go with the World Traveler Ireland outfit. I immediately thought of these like forest green pom-poms. They are like a almost near perfect color match. I don't have a lot of like green charms in general, and a lot of them are in like more neon tones. And then she's got these cool mustard colored tights. So I decided to use these like little owl polymer clay charms because they're kind of in like a mustardy yellow color. Not an exact match, but... And then they do have like these red designs, which I think complement the shirt. Shamrocks would have been really perfect, but I didn't have any charms, and I was excited to use the pom-poms. The same pom-poms made a reappearance for the rehearsal to recital ballet outfit I got on sale with the same group of American Girl outfits I'm making earrings for. Once again, this outfit was like a really deep blue, and most of my charms were like a brighter blue, and the pom-poms just look really classy. I think that they look a lot classier than the neon ones I got from the kids section at Michael's. I mean, I know they're pom-poms. But I also did add charms above both pairs that use pom-poms because I wanted them to be a little bit more detailed than just plain pom-poms. You know, if I'm making earrings, I like to actually put a little creativity. So I put a crystal that's in a deep blue above them, which I thought worked for the ballet outfit. We have the earrings I made to go with this rehearsal outfit, truly me. I don't have a lot in like this deep blue color, so these pom-poms happen to be a perfect match. They're from Amazon Vine, and I thought it's one of the reasons why I wanted this set, because they have kind of like jewel tones and darker tones, and I did add like a little crystal over on top to keep the outfit classy. Ideally I would have liked to have used flowers to match the like accents on her dress, but I just didn't have them, so sometimes just improvise with what you have. Here I am making a skirt for a 2015 ballerina Barbie who I got in a flea market lot. I actually already had this doll, and funnily enough, the one I had before her was also missing her factory skirt, so I like to make these cute little tutus. Instead of using lace, I actually had some leftover fabric from an Amazon dressmaking kit that I made a whole video about for Dolly Designs. I decided to do 2 layers, so this like shimmery purple fabric with then this like sequin overlayer just to make it even fancier. And what I decided to do to still give it that sort of like bunched look of a tutu is I ran like a thread through it and pulled it so that the fabric would bunch up. I don't know if this is really how you're supposed to make pleats, but that's what I did. And then I would just check it to make sure that I had like enough fabric to go around her waist, which you can see here. And that worked out pretty well. I wasn't sure how sewing this sequin fabric would work out because it has like a lot of empty spaces, so I had to be careful while sewing it. I had this really pretty piece of tulle from the same dressmaking kit that the fabric was from, and I decided to add it to the top to kind of make the waistband look a little bit neater, and it also could work as a closure. So there wasn't enough of this material to like cut and then reuse the leftover portions for something else. There would have just been like an inch or two. So instead, I just centered it over the waistband, stitched it on, and then left the extra hanging over, so I didn't end up needing to sew snaps as closures. Instead, I could tie this in the back and just make it into a bow, and I thought that worked out really nicely. I usually will use metal snaps, but this was a way to add some detail and the closures at the same time instead of having to make it into 2 different steps. And of course I couldn't leave this plain. I decided to add in some fabric flowers. I'm obsessed with these. I have quite a few of them. I get them at Walmart in a lot of different colors, and I had recently used up most of my purple ones for a headband for my sister's Megan doll, so I had bought these at Walmart, and they were a little bit lighter in color, which actually worked out great for the materials I used on the skirt. And I played around with how I wanted to place them, if I wanted them clustered up at the waistband, but since there was already ruffles there, I thought that might be too much, so I ended up just putting 2 spaced out. And I also decided to make a matching hair accessory using that same strip of fabric. It doesn't need to be hemmed because of the kind of material it is, so I just stitched one of the fabric flowers, the same that I used on the skirt, onto the strip of fabric, and then I could tie that around her head as a little headband to match.
So this ballerina Barbie on the right, I made a tutu for because hers was not in the lot at the flea market that she came from. The fabrics were all from this dressmaking kit from Amazon that I made a video about on my channel. They're left over, they're like 2 different layers, and then there's some like flowers that I bought at Walmart. And this time for closures, I decided to just use the extra of this ruffle tool and just tie it on the back instead of putting snaps, because if I trimmed off just what I needed of the tool, there wasn't enough to use it for anything else anyways. And then I made a little matching headband out of a strip of the base purple fabric and a matching flower. And I think it's really cute. And this is my other ballerina Barbie. Oops. This was the tutu I made from her out of like a couple layers of lace and some buttons and a fabric rose. So it was fun making them each a skirt that looked different.
So I had a few more sale items from American Girl that I got on a different day because I caught a sale and I had some points that were about to expire. These are for the casual campsite outfit. They're pretty straightforward. I was inspired by the flowers on the shirt and boots and headband, and these polymer clay flowers had the same colors and also the same like very cartoony vibe. I've been using them a lot lately, but that's why I had recently bought more off of Michael's from the kids section when I had a coupon, I think, or there was a sale. So it was definitely worth buying them and having a bunch of them because I feel like I'm constantly reaching for them and I can use them in a lot of different ways.
And we have Miss Noel modeling the casual campsite outfit. So cute. So it was natural to use flowers with this because there's flowers on the shirt and on the boots, and there's this really pretty minty color on the gingham and on the laces. So I used these little minty small beads for that to tie in the minty color, and then pink and like orangey colored flowers. Those are polymer clay charms, and I think they look really cute with this outfit.
So this is for one of the meat outfits that I bought to go with a doll I got from the Salvation Army. And I already had this outfit for a doll I had actually got myself around Christmas time, Joy Know Me, number 111. And I didn't want to make identical earrings, although I could have because I had like the same materials left over. So I went a different route with these, although they're still dangly. I was inspired by the decals on the dress and like the color scheme, and it was pretty straightforward. I just had to add a jump ring on the bottom to connect this star.
So this is Miss Noel, number 107. I didn't get her with this outfit. She was in pajamas when I found her at the Salvation Army, but I got this on sale through American Girl's website because I had like rewards points and I caught a Memorial Day offer. So I already have this outfit for my Joy Know Me, number 111. But I wanted to make like different earrings in case they wore them at the same time or 2 dolls had them. So instead of using pom-poms like I did in Joy Know Me, I decided to be inspired by the stars. Now the pink stars I had from this set, that's from Michael's, they were too light pink, which is why I went with the yellow, but that matches the peace sign. But I incorporated the pink anyways, and then I also had these like marbled small beads that I thought kind of looked like camouflage and look really cute with this outfit. And I also made her this name bracelet, but I didn't film myself because it's like pretty, I make them so often, it's pretty repetitive.
So the earrings here were to go with the World Traveler France outfit. I had a lot of ideas, but unfortunately I didn't necessarily have the right colors of things because, you know, you'd think fleur-de-lis, Eiffel Towers, but the color of the charms of the fleur-de-lises were not right. And then the Eiffel Tower, the only thing I had in that were like a resin mold, and it was way too big to use for this outfit. Like, they would have been way too long and bulky. So instead I ended up using some heart jump rings, and I kept the rest of the earrings pretty simple. I was inspired by like the black and pink color palette, and these little seed beads, I use them all the time, and they were the first things I bought when I started making jewelry for my dolls back in 2012. I bought a bunch of little tubes at Walmart because they were cheap, and like every time I would go grocery shopping I'd buy like another couple. So I have a pretty wide array of colors, and although I still have yet to even come close to emptying a little tube, I'm always reaching for them. They're great like fillers, and they'll hold larger beads that will slide over the head pins in place. We have the World Traveler in France outfit, which looks, of course, perfect on Grace. I kept these earrings simple. I didn't have any like Eiffel Tower charms, and I did have fleur-de-lis, but they were silver, and as you can see, like, her buttons are gold, so I wanted to use gold like hardware. So I kept them kind of dainty. I have these really pretty textured heart jump rings, and then just some simple like round beads to tie in the black. Something I love to do is decorate journals and notebooks and my recipe book and all kinds of things. So I have a few different notebooks. They're actually sketchbooks for like different doll related things, video ideas. And then this one is for general lists of like projects we're working on, because sometimes it takes months to finish like a whole project. So I'm decorating this with different cutouts. There's some catalog cutouts from American Girl, some box art from Cave Club and LOL Tots, an old butterfly calendar, and then some random pieces of paper that someone gave us when they were getting rid of a bunch of their family members' things. And I'm just gluing it on. It's not Mod Podge, it's actually Elmer's glue. I keep refilling into this Mod Podge container. And then after I was happy with the number of cutouts I put on, I grabbed some stickers. Some of these stickers have been around for like 20 years. They're from like packs we had as kids. A lot of them are from the dollar store, and some came with dolls. But most of the ones I'm using on this journal were actually from Amazon, because I do Amazon Vine reviews. So just like with jewelry supplies, I'll look for crafting supplies, and they have these really pretty like vintage themed stickers and flowers, things that Colleen could use when making cards for people and I could use for crafts like this. I didn't show it, but I did take some lamination adhesive and I stuck it over the top to protect the cover, because these notebooks get a lot of wear and tear. The reason why I bought this one is because my old one was about 5 years old and the cover kept coming off like out of the rings, and so it just goes to show you how long I use them. And although I keep them in a nice place, they just get brought around different rooms in the house as we work on projects, and I'm constantly like flipping through them. So just to add a little bit of sturdiness and to protect all of my decorations, because the first time I made one of these, like back in 2017, I didn't protect the cover, and there ended up being like a lot of the cutouts got damaged or started to peel off, so it just makes it a lot sturdier. And I played around with the placement for a long time, and even before, so this was the finished product. And my original idea had been a lot different, but when I got really set on having this picture of McKenna, I kind of based the whole design around her because I love my McKenna doll. And I think it came out really cute. I might even like it better than my old one. This is my second Move and Groove Barbie. So my first one I used just neon colored beads from like a kid's bracelet making kit on. But for her, I thought these chain links from Michaels would work really well. And they're pretty easy to put together. They kind of just snap into place. There's really not much to like the construction, but they look super cool, albeit like very gaudy and bulky, but that was the look I was going for.
And this Move and Groove Barbie I thought would be a great candidate for the big chain links because they're very neon and they match the outfit perfectly, and I had already used some other neon beads on my other Move and Groove Barbie's earrings, so I wanted them to be different, and I think they look really cute.
Wedding Fantasy Barbie didn't have her whole outfit. She was given to me, and I already had her shirt but not the skirt, so I figured I would dress her in just a random bridal fashion pack that I had already because I have loads of wedding dresses for Barbies. But the nice thing is that these earrings I designed will match her original outfit, so sometimes I will keep that in mind when I'm making jewelry for my dolls. Like, if I get the original outfit, will these match? Not always. Sometimes they're in a really cool fashion pack and I just go hog wild and it won't match their original outfit, but wedding dresses are pretty, like, easy to make universal earrings for because they're white and fancy.
We have the earrings I made for Wedding Fantasy Barbie. I don't currently have her whole original outfit, just the top. So she's wearing this pretty little 90s fashion pack wedding dress instead. So I kept the earrings pretty simple because they match her gown, and because, you know, her original gown is pretty elaborate. I just did some pearls and teardrop shape pearlescent beads, and I think they work well with this and will look great with her original ensemble if I ever complete it.
So these earrings are for an American Girl dress that I got on my second Tenny doll who was given to me. Her name's Emma. It's a Valentine's themed ensemble, and although I was tempted to do like resin, I thought that this outfit was pretty simple yet bold on its own, so I just used some beads that were in the same color scheme and very like bold but without overdoing it. The little pink circular ones are actually from like a deconstructed bracelet.
So these are the earrings I made to go with the red hearts and ruffles outfit. I don't have the shoes, but the earrings spruce it up. I kept them pretty simple. I didn't want to do any like thing too bulky, and I thought these little hearts would complement the ones on the dress and these beads that I got from like a deconstructed necklace or something years ago. So it looks like really cute and simple without like overdoing it. Not that I don't love really gaudy jewelry.
So my All-American Barbie doesn't have enough of her original outfit to wear, so I picked out a fashion pack for her, and this is one of those cases where the earrings will absolutely not match her original ensemble if I ever get it, but this was a very tropical feeling 80s fashion pack, and I just couldn't help myself. I have so many of these polymer clay flowers. They're from Michaels and from Amazon Vine. They sell like the same polymer clay shapes kind of generically, and different places sell them.
We have All Stars Barbie. She's dressed in this fashion pack because I don't have enough of her outfit for her to wear. And I went with like really bright Hawaiian feeling charms to go with like this fashion pack. It won't match her original one, but They're really cute polymer clay flowers that I obviously love to use, but because they can slide off the head pins, I did add a couple of seed beads to hold them on and to help space them apart.
And it wouldn't be one of my Dolly Designs videos if I didn't use pom-poms, because my heart for pom-poms. These really bright neon ones are from Michael's Kids section. I haven't been able to find them for a few years, but luckily it's not like a lot of dolls can get away with wearing them because they are pretty bulky. I actually used up, I think, the last ones I had in this size. We have my lovely second Jolie doll named Jolene modeling the new school outfit, which I got on sale. And I really love this crochet vest. I mean, it's amazing quality, and it's like clearly the eye-catching piece. So I thought pom-poms would look kind of fuzzy like it, and these colors were a perfect match. And I just love pom-poms on Julie. I think they're very groovy. They are pretty large, so they're not made to go on head pins, so I had to use like slightly larger round beads to hold them in place. And I alternated the colors, so there's purple paired with blue and then blue paired with purple, so they pop, and I think they work really well. Julie's floral jumpsuit was really fun to make earrings for. So I wanted to use resin, my hoop mold, my favorite one that I often use for her. But I didn't have any flower charms in the right color scheme, so I was thinking of like a recycled supply I could use, and my sister saves all of these hole punches from when she makes cards for people. That's one of the things Colleen really loves to do, is make people cards, and she always empties out the hole puncher into like a little jewelry bag, and I just keep it with my resin supplies. And I was really excited because there were tons of different colored papers that would match the print on her outfit. So currently I'm laying them down on a piece of tape that I'm going to fold over to kind of laminate them before the resin process. So if I just put the paper into the resin, it would get like wet and distorted. That's why I have to cover it in tape. And then I'm just cutting it out, and then I'm cutting each circle in half because I didn't want like a bunch of big dots. I wanted them to kind of look like abstract shapes. So I did like the circles cut in half, and I thought that that looked really cool, and I could sort of layer them. And it didn't look like flowers per se, but it definitely complemented the print on her jumpsuit, which is just absolutely breathtaking in person. I only have one of these molds, so I can only make a single earring at a time. But that's fine because you can see I cured my first one, and now I'm able to try to match it to the best of my ability. Obviously it's not going to be 100%, but I can get it pretty close so they look fairly symmetrical when she wears them, because I just wanted the colors to be pretty evenly distributed. I didn't want it to like be noticeably uneven. Of course, anytime you make something like resin and you're using a bunch of different shapes, it's not going to be 100% symmetrical, but I think that they passed quite well. And I did use a toothpick and tweezers to place these shapes into the mold because they were pretty finicky to work with. They weren't easy to just put in with my fingers, and I wanted some precision here when placing them. And this took a pretty long time, but it was definitely worth the end result. I love these earrings. So Julie's fabulous jumpsuit, which I got on sale, obviously needed some earrings, and this resin mold is one of my absolute favorites to use, but I didn't have because I didn't have a lot of charms or beads that would match. These colors are very interesting. So I took hole puncher cutouts that my sister saved. I taped them up so they'd be laminated, cut them, and I think the colors complement pretty well. I mean, I know they're not flowers, but I think they're still really groovy and they get the job done. So I was given a second Girl of the Year Jess doll from 2006. Her name's Namari. And of course, she actually has her own meat outfit because I got it for like $1 a piece at the flea market well before I had this doll. And you can't just have two Jess dolls and not give them each their own pair of earrings, even though they totally don't wear the outfit at the same time. So I went with resin butterflies, and I used this similar technique with a different butterfly mold to make my other Jess doll a new hair accessory to go with her meat outfit in my last video. So my first Jess doll has a resin butterfly clip. Now I didn't want to do the same hair accessory for Namari, and I also thought, like, because the resin butterfly charms for her earrings are quite big, that it might be too much. So I took these fabric flowers. I have a bunch of these. I got these from like a wedding centerpiece in 2015, and they're white and yellow, so it's really easy to paint over them, and they're the perfect size for dolls. I've done this technique when I was making a headband to go with my Be Forever Julie meat outfit. And so I just took some acrylic paint and I did pink centers and then blended it into orange acrylic paint. It did take a while for these to dry, and then I glued them to a hair clip, and I actually added the centers of the flowers back. Usually I'll put like a sequin or something instead, but I liked the look of the little centers that came with these flowers. So we have Namari. She's my second Jess doll. It was given to me, and this is my first Jess doll that I bought. And funnily enough, in my last episode of Dolly Designs, I had remade Jess's hair accessory and earrings, and then ironically I was given this Jess doll named Namari. And I happen to have a spare outfit for her. I got these for like $1 a piece at the flea market. So I went with the butterfly theme again, but instead of using charms, I made them out of resin with some like sequins inside, and it's like orange glitter. The same orange glitter I used for Jess's hair accessory. And then I made her own hair accessory. So these are two flowers. They were originally like yellow, but you can see I painted them so that they were two-toned orange and pink. And I just used regular acrylic paint, and then I kept the centers to one of them. I wanted it to be full, that's why I stacked the two. And I just used resin on to hold it to this like metal clip. You can't really see it, it's pretty well concealed. And I think it worked out really well. And I think it looks really cute and adds a little extra something to her outfit. These earrings are for my second Tenny doll named Emma, who was given to me also from the same person who I got Namari from. And of course she needed her own earrings, not the same ones that my Tenny has. So I used these star charms. The big ones are from Michael's, and the smaller ones I got on clearance at Walmart. Emma has pretty thick hair, so Tenny doesn't have a hair clip that I made especially to go with her meat outfit, but that's because she has less full wig. So it was really important to me to make Emma something so when she wears this, like, she has a designated thing to pin her hair back. So I used this leaf charm mold because it looked to me kind of like a bird wing, and I flip it the other way so you can't see the grooves of the leaves, and I loaded it with a bunch of this like pink multicolored glitter that I actually bought to make earrings for my Kira doll back in 2022. I use these all the time. I use them in Jess's hair accessory and earrings. So I just coated them in UV resin. And I like to use the resin as a glue, so I'll just open up the clip and put it around the silicone mat so that the two ends of the clip don't get fused together, and then I'll just cure it in this position, and that seems to work really well.
So this is my second Tenny doll. She was given to me. She was rescued from a thrift store. She's actually in really beautiful shape now that I've cleaned her up, and I did buy her her own meat outfit because my other Tenny dolls was kind of beat up actually.
So I wanted to make her own earrings, and I made her this hair accessory because her wig is a lot thicker than my other dolls. So it's just like a resin leaf mold, but I flipped it the other way because I liked the shape of it, but I didn't want the grooves. And I put these little sequins from Walmart. I used them for some of Kira's stuff a while back. I thought the colors really complemented her outfit. And then for earrings, I wanted to go with like a star theme because she's got star buttons here. And I didn't have a lot of beads in this really pretty coral color, but these stars are a close match. They're from Michaels. And then these ones here, these really dainty ones, I got at Walmart on clearance recently in a charm pack, and I thought that they looked really cool without bulking up the pair too much. So this is my second Charlie's Angels Kate Jackson doll. My first one has her outfit, but this one, she was part of a little bundle deal I got at the flea market because I wanted a Farrah Fawcett doll this guy was selling, and when he said I could have the other two dolls and have them all for $5, I was like, okay. So I don't have a lot of things in this size, and this was a perfect opportunity to sew her something because she is a weird body mold. So this fabric here that I'm cutting is from a dressmaking kit I got through Amazon Vine. If you've watched that dressmaking kit disaster video, this is some of the leftover fabric. It's really nice and stretchy, so you'll notice I didn't have to make any closures or anything because it just pulls up over her. I'm sure that's not the proper way to make a pattern, but that's what I do when I make doll clothes. I'm definitely not a seamstress. And then, because of how tiny this was and the stretchiness of the fabric, I just hand sewed. I'm not the best at using my machine, nor am I very great at hand sewing, but you know what? The stress, it got the job done. And I tried it on for fit once I was done sewing it, and then I decided to add a little bow, which I got at Walmart. I love these like fabric bows and flowers. I want to buy them every time I'm in the store in that section, but I restrain myself because they're pretty expensive. And I just thought it would add like a little cute something extra to the outfit so it didn't just look plain. It kind of ended up looking nautical, which I don't know fit the vibe of this doll, but I think it's pretty cute. My sister liked this dress a lot.
Charlie's Angels doll that I have did not have her outfit when I got her at the flea market, and she's a really weird size. She's not small enough to wear like Katie, Stacy size clothes, but she's way too big to wear Barbies, so I just made her this little dress out of some fabric I got from a dressmaking kit on Amazon a while back that was a disaster, but the fabric was still good, and it's actually so stretchy I didn't even need to sew snaps on it or any kind of closure, so that made it pretty quick. And I had a little bow, and I mean, it doesn't really look like something accurate that, you know, she would wear in Charlie's Angels, but it covers her body, and that's what's important.
So I'm going to end this video here. These are some of the dolls that were featured in this video for the thumbnail. I don't think we fit every little thing in here. Maybe we did, I don't remember. But these things are pictured on my Flickr. You can check out my Dolly Designs album or my Handmade Doll Earrings album. And I hope you enjoyed. And until next time, love your dolls, love yourself, and love your life.